What's up, guys? This is Jake from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Friday, July 19th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before we get started, please drop a like on this video, hit that red subscribe button, and tap the bell icon so you never miss our new videos. Okay, let's dive right in. We have a solid MLB slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. I like Nathan Eovaldi from the Texas Rangers. He's got a solid dash rank of 100, and he's facing the Baltimore Orioles, which is a bit challenging as they have an opponent rank of 9. But let's delve into why Eovaldi is a great pick. Nathan Eovaldi has been fantastic this season with an ERA of 2.97, striking out 92 batters. His .579 OPS against lefties and .764 OPS against righties indicate he can handle batters from both sides effectively. Notably, he's better against lefties, and tonight he's facing 4 of them. His weighted OPS is .658, slightly better than his average OPS of .672, showing a distinct advantage. The Orioles have a .262 batting average against him, and Eovaldi is giving up 22 hits on 84 pitches. He scored 22, 23, and 31 fantasy points in his last 3 games. His salary is $9,300, and he's projected for 19 points. So I like Nathan Eovaldi here versus the Baltimore Orioles. Now, moving on to the catcher position. I like Francisco Alvarez from the New York Mets. He's got a dash rank of 54 and is facing the Marlins, who have an opponent rank of 21. Alvarez bats righty and has a .296 batting average with 4 home runs this season. Alvarez has a 21% batting advantage against right-handed pitchers, and he's batting .780 OPS against righties, while the Marlins pitcher gives up a .822 OPS to righties. Although he hasn't faced this pitcher before, his batting metrics are encouraging. Alvarez is $4,400 in salary and is projected for 7 points. This guy's ownership is just 7%, making him a sleeper pick today. So I like Francisco Alvarez here versus the Miami Marlins. At first base, we have Freddie Freeman from the Los Angeles Dodgers. His dash rank is 81, facing the Boston Red Sox with an opponent rank of 10. Freeman is batting .291 with 14 home runs. He's got a 1,900% batter total advantage and a .964 OPS against righties. Interestingly, Freeman's OPS against this pitcher is 1.054, and his batting average is .375, with hits on 12 of 32 at-bats. He's scored 7, 11, and 17 points in his last 3 games, and his salary is $5,500 with a projection of 11 points. Freeman's ownership is 11%, so he's not flying under the radar, but he's well worth it. Freeman's recent All-Star nomination is another morale booster, so I like Freddie Freeman here versus the Boston Red Sox. Now for the second base position, I like Brandon Lowe from the Tampa Bay Rays, facing the Yankees, who have an opponent rank of 9. Lowe's batting .248 with 9 home runs and has a 4,100% batter total advantage. Lowe bats 37% better against right-handed pitchers and has a .813 OPS versus righties. The Yankees pitcher does pitch worse against lefties, giving up a .595 OPS. Lowe is $4,500 in salary with ownership at 8%. He averaged 7 fantasy points per game and scored 14, 3, and 5 points in his last 3 games. So I like Brandon Lowe here versus the New York Yankees. Third base brings us to Mark Vientos from the New York Mets. He's facing the Marlins, who have an opponent rank of 21. Vientos has an impressive 3,800% batter total advantage. Vientos is batting .291 with 12 home runs and has a .643 OPS versus righties. And interestingly, he's facing a pitcher with a .822 OPS against righties. Vientos scored 5 points in his last game and had a monster 23-point game 3 games ago. His salary is $4,600 and ownership is very low at just 2%. This is a great sleeper pick. So I like Mark Vientos here versus the Miami Marlins. At shortstop, check out Bobby Witt Jr. from the Kansas City Royals. Opponent rank of 20 against the White Sox. Witt's batting .323 with 16 home runs, a dash rank of 74, and a 1,400% batter total advantage. Witt bats 22% better against right-handers with a .802 OPS versus righties and is facing a pitcher giving up a 1.026 OPS to righties. Witt is $6,300 in salary with a projected ownership of 10%. He's scored 3, 0, and 19 points in his last 3 games. Plus, he's fresh off a home run derby announcement, giving him an extra boost. So I like Bobby Witt Jr. here versus the Chicago White Sox. Finally, let's look at outfielders. Shohei Ohtani from the Los Angeles Dodgers is the prime choice, facing the Red Sox with an opponent rank of 10. Ohtani also just had a standout performance in the All-Star game. Ohtani is batting .316 with 29 home runs, a 4,500% batter total advantage, and an OPS of 1.138 versus righties. He's facing a pitcher who gives up a .606 OPS to righties. Against this pitcher, Ohtani has a 1.666 OPS and a batting average of .444. His salary is $6,500 and ownership is 20%. He scored 6, 37, and 7 points in his last 3 games. So I like Shohei Ohtani here versus the Boston Red Sox. All right, guys, now let's talk value plays. First, look at Edward Cabrera from the Miami Marlins at pitcher. He's facing the Mets, a tough matchup with an opponent rank of 7. Cabrera has an ERA of 8.26, but his salary is only $6,600. He's giving up a .220 batting average to the Mets with 11 hits over 50 pitches. While risky, he could surprise us. At catcher, Kyle Higashioka from the San Diego Padres, facing Cleveland with an opponent rank of 10. Salary is just $3,200 and he has 11 home runs. Despite a low ownership percentage, he scored 18 points 3 games ago. For first base value, Jake Burger from the Miami Marlins. Salary is $3,400, opponent rank of 16, batting .225 with 10 home runs. Worth noting his 31-point explosion 2 games ago. At second base, Colt Keith from Detroit at a salary of $3,500. Facing a middle-of-the-pack Toronto team with rank 13, Keith is super cheap for his potential upside, highlighted by his recent 30-point game. For shortstop, Xavier Edwards from the Marlins has a salary of $2,900. Facing the Mets with an opponent rank of 16, Edwards is batting .352 and just scored 22 points 1 game ago. For outfields, Brendan Donovan from the Cardinals. Opponent rank is 16, salary is $3,700. Donovan's batting .276 with 8 home runs, has great value, scored 18 points recently. That's it for today. To use our lineup optimizer and check out all of these stats yourself, click the link in the description. Let me know your favorite pick for this slate in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and best of luck.